Hello everyone, we have our news for the week, so let's take a look. Maintenance, normal time as usual. Ending with maintenance is the Lapis Replica Seasonal Celebration Shop. So this was supposed to close last maintenance, but because they put the Prompto shards there, we got 5,000 free. So if you haven't used that, you have until maintenance to do that before that all goes away. And new this week is Clash Unit and some new Clash mechanics. So first of all, non-premium unit, we got the 30 shards for the login and everything. We're getting a special login for, what is it, 21 days? Just a bunch of free stuff, some Lapis, some tickets, Lapis Replica and everything. So some nice free stuff for logging in. They're running the campaign, so everything we've seen before, half energy, all chambers open, half awakening. So nothing new there. Fountain of Lapis bundles coming back. And then we have some special summons aside from the banner. So secondary rate up units, of course. So as we can see here, Esther, Frost, and Hio. So we have the 15 ticket banner. They're also doing the Lapis Replica cash summon that they've done for the past few units. And then we're also getting a shard step up. And Esther's getting a slight update. Essentially, it's one of the new mechanics they're adding to Clash. So she's getting a new ability to go with the new mechanic. And honestly, we have to see just how these mechanics work exactly, because the live stream didn't really give out all the information, it felt like. But the ability that she gets definitely seems underwhelming. For storing up 3 crystals and using all 3 crystals at once, you get 30% lightning resist for the party, which seems very underwhelming, especially because the new unit gets a 100% attack over boost for 2 turns. So you can use that for the burst turn. And that stacks with everything, according to what they said, including the 450 buff that we have now. So Esther seems a little lackluster compared to that. But we'll see how everything works once we actually get the mechanics in game. We got our new cards. So new card for the unit. Fairly standard global card. 140 attack, 100% attack, 50% limit damage. And we get 50% killer for human, insect, reaper, and bird. 500 flat attack for brave Exvius units. So if you need the killers, pretty good attack card for the killers. Otherwise, we'll probably be using limited cards. And then they are doing a global original card for this unit as well. Nice artwork there. So we have 1,000 health, 140 attack, 500 flat attack. We get 80% health and attack, 50% light and dark resist, 20% evasion. And then it looks like we're going to have a ramping Reaper killer. So most likely going to take 3 turns to fully max out at a 250 killer is my guess. The interesting thing is that's not locked behind any category, so anybody can use that, which is fairly nice at least. So okay card overall. Then we have our new Clash information. So they're adding the Mania mode essentially. So we'll fill morale like normal. And then as you can see, the marker that they have circled there is where we hit Mania mode. So once we fill morale past that marker, the boss is essentially going to power up and get hotter. And then once we pass that, we can then start filling the crystals below the eye, as we can see in the second thing here. There's 3 total crystals to fill. The bar above the eye, I guess it takes 1 bar per crystal. There's going to be some abilities to fill that. And during this time, the boss is going to be stronger in some way. And then once we have the crystals filled, we can use the crystals for some abilities like we just saw on Esther with giving lightning resist. If we use all 3, we go into a chance mode, and the boss is going to get weakened, and then If we also kill the boss during chance time, we get bonus score and everything, so that's going to be the way to rank 1. The one thing they're not explaining anywhere is how many turns does chance time last for? Because we're essentially going to be triggering it fairly early. I mean, by the time we hit 150 morale, we'll already have the boss in its Mania Strengthen mode. So we'll have to see just how all this is working out. So we have our information for the clash itself. Human Reaper Insect, Late Dark Ice and Earth weakness. Uses non-elemental physical attacks, late dark non-elemental magic attacks. Removes resistance before inflicting blind poison and zombie. So zombie might be tricky depending on when we get hit with it. Will boost its own light and dark damage, reduces party's light and dark damage, and then also boosts adds dark to its physical. So we're definitely going to be wanting dark resist, probably some light resist as well. Have to see how many attacks it does in both modes, but with non-elemental magic attacks, Magic Tank might be the way to go. We'll have to see there. And then for the special abilities, so first up, the abilities to fill the crystals are going to be temporary abilities given to certain units. So right here, they're telling us that Mania mode for this boss is going to boost the defense and spirit by a great amount. And then once we hit the Mania mode, our focused abilities to fill the crystals are going to be essentially, looks like the new units for the better ones. And then it says all royal units except for the listed ones should be getting a lesser version, it looks like, but they definitely want us to take all the new units as we can see them listed here. Or at least one of them, technically, to make the team. Also, the special bonus morale gain for this fight is going to be reducing light or dark resist, which is fairly convenient overall. A lot of even chain moves have some sort of imperil on their moves. Our special ability is obviously a light and dark resist buff. Probably 150, that's what they like to give us there. So it looks like final morale will only need to be above 180 for the morale score. Clash of Wills bundle as usual. And then they're also giving us some new equipment. So there's going to be a new material. And I believe you're going to use that to create some of the new equipment. They're also moving things around. So they're moving more of the rewards to the personal rewards from the ranking rewards, I believe is what they said on the live stream. But some of the new items, we got the Mask of Will, so 25 attack and magic, 100 defense and spirits, 150 morale per turn, 200% mana, 300 mana per turn, reduced mana consumed by 50%, and then enabled Gilded Mystique, so no idea what the ability there is just yet. Then we got the Coat, 50 attack and magic, 75 defense and spirit. Again, 150 morale per turn. 100% evasion, which is handy in a single slot, with escape death 3 times. So decent survivability gear there. And then the one that I find most interesting is the pendant. So 40 attack, defense, magic, and spirit. 25 fire, ice, lightning resist. Still has the 150 morale per turn, but the very interesting thing is boost damage of certain limits for caster. So seeing this as a morale item, I'm hoping that's a boost for morale limit bursts. My assumption is going to be probably just maybe the first 5 turns. It would be nice if it's like an every turn thing or if lasts until you die or something, but we'll see exactly what mechanics they put in for that. But boosting limits could be interesting. And seeing this is a new season for Clash, we're getting a new shop as well. And some decent units there. Rune Explorer Nora's pretty useful still. And then we're getting some new... And actually Dark Knight Dwayne's there too. So both of those are pretty good units to pick. We get our 2 new Materias. So Scorched Earth, 50% health, 80% fire and earth resist, and 5 mana per turn. So if you need resist, pretty good there. Warrior's Bulwark, 100% defense and spirit equipment double hand. And it also has Stalwart Heart ability. So the Warrior's Bulwark is probably the better materia to get first. And then nothing new below that. So we'll see just how this new Clash mechanic goes. Overall, it looks like they're making it slightly harder to team build, as we're going to have to pick 1 unit from the list to have a focused ability. Otherwise, you won't be able to rank 1. And actually, without being able to turn it into chance time, I don't know just how bulky the boss is going to get, seeing it's going to greatly boost defense and spirit. So team building is going to get a little bit more complicated from what I can see here, because we need somebody to generate crystals, which is going to be the temporary abilities for the decided classes they pick. And then we're going to have to bring somebody to use them, and at the moment that's going to be either Stormseeker Esther or the new unit. So it should get a little bit easier as we get some more units, but right now this first one definitely looks like it's going to be a little bit of a pain to team build. But again, we'll have to wait and see just how everything works out once it's in game, because they didn't really explain everything that well. So our new unit, we have Chains of Fate Mirei. And as we can see, secondary rate up. So a pretty standard banner that we've seen. We got the 28,000 with the special card. Still has the 3 rate up units there, and then the regular banner with the rate up units there. So there's 5 pity tickets on the banner step up, and then you get 2 per lap on the regular. You need 10 to pity as non-premium unit. So the unit itself is a true brave shift, which is very handy. Base is attacker and a buffer. From the live stream, they pretty much said she has no group buffs. It's all going to be single target buffs. We'll have to see just how strong and what buffs she has there. And then for the shift, it's going to be her main damage form. So her super is a materia, 50% limit damage, 100% double hand attack. And then we get 100% human and reaper killer. So I really like the materials that have the double hand plus killers on it, and even limit damage is quite nice. So that's a pretty nice super. Regular Trust is a whip weapon, 200 attack. She'll get 1,000 flat attack, and everybody gets 100% double hand attack. So for her, pretty good. We don't have that many units overall that use whips though at the moment. Her leader skill, so she's a light and Clash of Wills leader. So outside of morale fights, 500 attack and magic, 200 defense and spirit. And then inside Clash, it's just 500 for everything. Featured ability, probably EX3 to get the 2000 attack, 500 attack, 2000 health, and 100% chain cap. And then we show her special Vertex ability. So on the live stream, they were actually saying that 1 and 2 were like defensive buffs, with 3 being the attack buff for her. They don't show that here, but from the live stream, the attack buff only lasts for 2 turns, but it stacks with everything else. And then showcasing one of her buffs from the base, but they don't give us actual numbers here. So attack and magic and evasion for 1 ally, and then give the same buffs to herself. So that's pretty much all the news we have. She looks pretty interesting. I do like the sprite and all. She is starting some new mechanics, which definitely going to make this clash a lot easier with her, seeing our options are a little bit tied, seeing for half of the mechanic, we only have 2 units to choose from, her or Esther. So we'll have to see just how hard everything is. I want to see the data mine just before I decide to pull, but there's a good chance I'll pull for her. And that's pretty much all the news we have. So we're going to end this video here. Hope everybody enjoyed.